It's another Eminem video, woo! So yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening with Eminem recently, and that involves him getting into a little bit of beef with Joe Budden and Machine Gun Kelly. Eminem recently gave his perspective on this whole situation in an interview with Sway, and today I'm basically going to be running through that and letting you guys know what I think of the whole situation. So with that being said, this is CDTV Productions, and let's see what Eminem had to say about MGK and Joe Budden. So Eminem explained that the reason he's been going at Joe lately is because he feels backstabbed by what Joe has been doing recently. Eminem talked about how he was trying his hardest with his platform to put Slaughterhouse on, the rap supergroup that Joe was a part of along with criticise, Joel Ortiz and Royce da 5'9", whereas Joe used his platform to criticise Eminem's music harshly, specifically the song Untouchable and the album Revival. Now I can kinda understand Eminem's anger here. He was mostly annoyed at the way in which Joe expressed his frustrations with his music, not purely just the fact that he was frustrated with it. Now I think it's perfectly fine for Joe to criticise Eminem's music if he thinks it's subpar. Everybody has the right to do that, but I will admit that the way in which Joe worded things did come off as a little unnecessary at times. You know, such as when he labelled some of Eminem's music as trash.
Alright.
It's trash. One of the worst songs I've ever heard. I don't care if the content is great.
Joe does like to deliver his criticisms in a very blunt and upfront way, and I think that is what caught M off guard. As Eminem says, it's hard to believe that Joe genuinely thinks Untouchable is one of the worst songs he's ever heard in his life.
To be the worst song you've ever heard in your life? Have you listened to your own shit?
More than anything, he genuinely seemed quite upset about the whole situation, and did bite his tongue a bit when it seemed like he was really gonna start verbally bashing Joe.
Do you not listen back? Because if that's the worst fucking song you've ever heard in your life, I don't know.
I can honestly see where each person is coming from here, but I'm leaning more towards siding with Eminem, and not just because I prefer his music, that's not a factor here, but because I understand his perspective a little more on this one. Yes, Joe has every right to express how he honestly feels about Eminem's music, regardless of all the support that Eminem has given him over the years. That support shouldn't stop him from speaking his mind, but the way in which he did it didn't really seem genuine at all. I do kind of feel like Joe really over-exaggerated his opinions for the sake of controversy and being a bit more entertaining, and I can see why that would come off as a slap in the face to Eminem. I think M firing back at Joe was justified. That's how I feel about that, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on that situation in the comments below, but of course, we're not done yet, because now we're going to be talking about what Eminem had to say in this interview about Machine Gun Kelly.
His fucking beard is weird. His fucking beard is weird. His fucking beard is weird. His fucking beard is weird.
Now I gave some of my thoughts on this situation in the newest Blackie Speaks video, which I was featured in, so if you want to see a couple of the major points I had to make about this interview, that will be linked in my pinned comment down below. Now this was interesting, as Eminem revealed the exact reason he dissed Kelly, with the primary one being Kelly's subliminal disses at Eminem in the song No Reason by Tech N9ne, and MGK's shots at Eminem in an LA Leakers Freestyle.
I'm my favorite rapper alive, since my favorite rapper banned me from Shade 45, I wonder.
Don't get me wrong, Eminem was definitely still angry at the fact that MGK said some things about his daughter, how could he not be? But he makes it clear that that was not the primary reason for his disses. The interview really starts to get good when Eminem makes it clear that he doesn't give a fuck about MGK or his career. You know, it's really not something that's hugely important to him, it's just that the disses made him feel like he needed to fire back. He also reveals that he's not really sure right now if he's gonna make a response track to MGK's diss, and right now it's looking kind of unlikely that he will respond.
Now I'm in this fucking weird thing because I'm like, I gotta answer this motherfucker. And every time I do that, I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I want to destroy him, but I also don't want to make him bigger. I'll leave it at that. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do at this point right now.
I can see Eminem's point of view on this one. Him making a whole track aimed at Kelly would undoubtedly just give him more and more relevance. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not upset at the idea of there being no diss track at all. I was really excited for it, and it seemed like it was getting hyped up by a lot of people. Speaking of Rap Devil, MGK's diss track against M, Eminem even discredited a thing or two that Machine Gun had to say in that track. For example, he says that he never called Interscope or Diddy, City, which MG claimed Eminem did do on that track to try and hinder his career. According to Eminem, that's just false. Overall, Eminem described the diss track as not bad by MGK's standards. Now, I am still holding out hope that we might see a response from Eminem. I know it's just going to make Machine Gun Kelly more relevant, but I do want to see Eminem spitting with that raw aggression and passion like he did on some of the tracks on Kamikaze. I want to see him do that on a full track directed at someone, but right now it is looking unlikely that we're going to get it, and that is a shame, but at the end of the day, we can't really force Eminem to do anything. I understand why he doesn't really feel like making one. Well guys, that is going to be it for the video today. I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, smash that like button if you want to, and subscribe if you would like to as well. I know there has been quite a few Eminem videos on the channel recently. I think like 4 out of my past 5 uploads have been based around Eminem, but that's just because, like I said at the start of this video, there is so much happening around his name right now, and it's something that I'm really interested in talking about and discussing with you guys. With that being said, Lil Pump is supposedly dropping the Harvard Dropout tomorrow, so you guys can look forward to me talking about that soon. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in the next one, and this is CDTV Productions signing out. Don't forget to check out that Blackie Speaks video linked in the pinned comment below.